Hi everybody, I am back, and this is definitely a what the heck was I thinking deal, but I'm not going to give up on it. I can paint about as well as I can spit over my shoulder. I draw even worse, but somehow I got it stuck in my head that I wanted to start an art journal. Oh boy. But, I mean, there's just so much awesome stuff out there, and I know I will never, ever be at the level of so many wonderful artists that are out there. But I figured if I do it, it's an opportunity for me to learn, to try new techniques, you know, hopefully get some growth in artistic endeavors. So I figured, what the heck? I bought this, God, at least 6 months ago, and have pretty much just started it. So I figured I'd share with you the little bit that I've done so far. It's not much, and there is a true example of how I cannot draw in here, but I'm going to share it with you because my thought process going through it, you'll see what I mean. But the first page on this is just a background, because when I was doing the poinsettias for my Christmas cards, I had oodles of the gold paint stuff left, and I didn't want to waste it, so I slapped it onto the page here. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. There it is. Some. I used a stencil and some of the Lindy's. I think it's it's from the winter collection of her sprays, which are just absolutely gorgeous, and it has fuchsia in the name of it. So I put the stencil down and sprayed it, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do with the page yet. But I just did the stencil part last night. But my very first completed page, and boy, I must have been out of my mind crazy because I'm still trying to figure out, working with color and things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a white on white page. And of course I decided it had to be a double page. And it's interesting, but I did a few different techniques on it. The first thing I did was in this corner and this lower corner. I used the Martha Stewart Crackle Paint as a modeling paste, and I was so happy with how that came out. And, at this point, that's all that's on the pages, and I'm excited. It's like, oh boy, this is going to be really awesome. I did gesso the pages first. And then I was going through, and I was like, well, how many different things can I actually do with white? So I got out one of my, the Tim Holtz Flourish die, and on chipboard, I ran it through the Dots embossing folder, and just painted it white, and put that on, and put another one up here. And I used another mask with, I think I actually painted on Mod Podge. And hopefully I can get the light to catch it. It's this area here. So that's the stencil with Mod Podge. And then of course I had to slap on what was left on the stencil on this side. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Maybe just a little bit in this area. So I did that. Did some rubber stamping with a white embossing powder. I did another stamp that you may or may not be able to see, and used a sparkly white embossing powder on that. Used another stencil and just painted in some swirls with some white acrylic paint. And used a piece of paper doily and did a little regular modeling paste there. And then used another stencil and painted through it. I tried to spray and that just didn't work. So I decided to paint it on using the iridescent medium that I showed you a couple of videos ago. And on the flip side, there's some more rubber stamping with white embossing powder. This is the piece of the paper doily that I used as a stencil with modeling paste, and just figured I'd just go ahead and put it down on there. There's the other wing, and in the wings also is some of the swirl stencil with the white acrylic paint. And there's a bee stamp that I used the iridescent medium on. I just painted it onto the stamp and pressed it down. And I've got a stamped flower in here too, and I think I just used white acrylic paint for that. That one's going to be hard to see. So that was my first spread, and for now, after this one, I'm sticking with single pages. So that one was done 2 days ago. And I actually did 2 pages yesterday. This one, peacocks. Love peacocks. Don't we all? I used tore out these peacocks from a napkin that Big Sis June, hi June, she's June Angel Pews on YouTube, tore those and used some soft gel medium to put that down. Well, first I should go with the background. I used the Faber-Castell gel, or they're not gelatos, but might as well be. Let me see if I can see what they're called. Just gel sticks. Yeah, and I used some blues and greens and watered it down and spread it out, and then used a text stamp and just stamped all over it using permanent archival rubber stamp. And then there's some more pieces of the napkin. Yeah, here and here. And I also did some stamping with the with metallic gel sticks, and yeah, some parts came out, some didn't, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see. I mean, there's a little bit there, there's some there. It's almost like the outline of the feather stamp that I used. None of the interior managed to pick up on it. And there's just bits of stamping throughout that. And then I use some of the metallics again to kind of go around and highlight certain areas. You know, give little borders and what have you around the napkin pieces. And then I just used a little soft gel medium and stuck down these feathers. And I love these feathers. So, and I'm so glad that there's still some loose bits, yeah, that'll flutter around in it. So that's that page. And any of you, yeah, who can give me some pointers on design, or, I mean, I have watched a lot of videos, but I just, yeah, it's not my thing. I'm happy with how this page came out. But I have so much to learn, so I'm really, I'm going to be watching more videos, but if anybody has any simple pointers, that would be awesome. And then the next page, please don't laugh too hard. This is where my lack of drawing talent comes in, but I'll explain how the drawing part came about. So this is it. And first I did some spritzing with you know, just some glimmer mists, and I wasn't real happy with how the combinations were coming about, so then I started spraying with just with water and letting it drip down, which I thought was kind of cool. But when I did that, there were some areas that were left almost white, and one of the areas was where she is, and I'm looking at the white area, and and I almost see that there's a person in here, and same thing here. You know, it could have been a tree, it could have been a tornado. I mean, it was kind of cool looking. And you know, I come across that when I do my my Citrusolve backgrounds with the National Geographic pages, and you know, once it's done, especially once I scan them into the computer, my eye just kind of pulls things, you know, parts out of it, specific images or whatever. So I figured, what the heck, I'm just going to go with it. You know, I took my pencil and just, you know, kind of drew her in. And I figured, yeah, this would be reflection of her legs in the water. This would be reflection of the trunk in the water. And to help identify that I saw that as water, I had to put a little fish in there. But you know, to me, it looked like she was just kind of, you know, doing a little happy dance. So on it I wrote simple pleasures. A cool wind, a clear stream, and a pink polka dot dress equals happy dance. And you can see I'm not the best if you know, at actually printing or anything either. So I definitely have some skills to learn. But I figure, you know, if it gives me some growth, you know, and I can learn and try new things, then it's all going to be worth it. And hopefully throughout this journal, by the time I get to the end of it, I'll see some growth. But I know Roseanne, Roxycar 11, is going to be doing a series on different techniques and things like that for art journaling, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Hi, Roseanne. Hint, hint. Looking forward to that video series. And, of course, there are other people that I watch. Kim Reed, Kelly Martin, Neri. I love when she shows her journals. So it's definitely going to be a learning process and a growth process. And, you know, and as I get a few pages done, I'll share them with you. And bad drawing and all. Though I don't know how much drawing I'll actually be doing in this. So I hope, if nothing else, it gave you a little amusement. And I appreciate you watching. And hopefully, as time goes on, these pages will get much, much better. I have a little bit of an idea for this, but not quite sure yet. But if it comes out kind of like I'm visualizing, I have a feeling this will be the page that I'm happiest with, at least so far. So thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your comments. And hopefully I will see you soon. Till then, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.